Happy Saturday night from our Airbnb. You know how I said that birth control was the worst part and was gonna be the worst part because I hated it? Well, I lied. I mean, I didn't know I was lying because I hadn't had these IVF meds yet, but I'm just gonna give it all to you straight. It really sucks. This is gonna be one of those videos where if you don't want to know all of this information about me, then you should turn back now because you're gonna hear it. So when I posted my last video, I was doing 2 injections and an oral baby aspirin. I was doing an injection in the morning and an injection at night. Now I'm up to 2 injections in the morning and 1 at night and still doing the baby aspirin. We've been going to the fertility clinic every other day they've done blood work twice, and then every other day they do an ultrasound to see what's happening and how I'm progressing. And I'm pretty sure, I was just telling Chris that I did not look this up beforehand, so if I get this wrong, I will correct myself on the next video, but I'm pretty sure that 2 of these injections are for stimulating my follicles to grow quickly and in abundance. And I think the 3rd injection that they added in just a couple of days ago is to stop me from ovulating. I think that is what is going on, but I'm not positive about that. So the meds that I showed you guys last time have dwindled way down. We only have like a couple of doses of each one left. I'm getting so tired of it, and I am tired of getting ultrasounded every other day. I'm just gonna tell you guys how these meds make you feel, and yeah, go from there. So first of all, bloating is no joke. And if you look up IVF meds and side effects, that's probably the #1 thing that you'll see. The bloating is just, it seems to be like a universal horrible side effect. I feel like a freaking whale right now, and I don't know if I'm constipated or not, but I suspect that I might be because I'm usually more regular than this, I think. So it really just feels like I'm super full. So bloated, possibly constipated, gassy, all the fun things. Very emotional. If I'm not feeling flat and depressed, then I sometimes start crying randomly over very small things, or I'm snappy and cranky. I am sore. I don't know if I'm sore from getting a transvaginal ultrasound every day and having something shoved up there, or if the soreness is from like hormones, but yeah, it's getting uncomfortable every time that they do a transvaginal ultrasound. It's just, and you know, when they're up there, they have to push up on the ultrasound and try to get as close to your ovaries as they can. So when they're pushing up, they're pushing against my cervix, and that is uncomfortable. You guys know that I have a pretty high pain threshold, but yeah, after like every other day of doing it for an entire week, it does get to be pretty sore. And then getting stabbed every day is really no fun. I'll show you my stomach. It looks horrific, which is not Chris's fault, but you know,
it's my fault.
He's doing a good job with injecting. It's just, bruising just happens. And so I've got little needle poke marks all over and bruises, and really the needle part is not too bad. One of the medications does sting and is a little bit annoying. Really it just gets tiring being poked like 3 times a day. Am I forgetting any side effects?
No, I think you got them.
Yeah, it's just not fun. A lot of the day I feel very, very low-key nauseous. I kind of have like a low-key headache too. Sometimes I almost feel like I'm in menopause or something. I've been shopping quite a bit. I've been going to different stores, and whenever I go into a store, I very quickly start sweating, like I have these hot flashes, and that's not normal for me because I'm usually always cold. I'm usually not ever hot, and I just find that every time that I try to go out and do something, I'm sweating very quickly. So it's just very strange. It's not fun times. I think, like I said, we've only got a couple more days of this, but they have been ramping up my meds over the course of the week because my follicles were not growing as quickly as they wanted them to. So, you know, looking forward to that every time that they say, okay, we're gonna go up in the dose is like, great, I'm gonna be even crazier. What else has been happening? So they have been looking for my ovaries every time they do a transvaginal ultrasound. When they do it, they take measurements of my uterus and then of my ovaries. In the past, when I was doing the intrauterine insemination, they were kind of able to see my left ovary. It was very, very shadowed every time they found it though. And sometimes they really just couldn't find it. So they knew that it was pretty high up in my pelvis. So this round, this week, every other day, they've been seeing the right side very easily. It's right there. It's sitting very low like it's supposed to. And it has, from what they could see, about 7 mature follicles right now, which is really good because if the left side is doing something similar, then that means, you know, I could get an egg count over 10, which is really what we're hoping for. The left side, they had not been able to see up until today. This morning, she was really pushing hard against my cervix, trying to see up there. She couldn't see it. It's always disappointing every time I go. Chris and I hope that they're gonna see it because we wanna know what's happening on that side. But today she really just couldn't find it and she said, you know what, I'm gonna try something. So she grabbed the regular ultrasound that you use on your stomach and she tried that and she actually was able to find it. It was crazy high up compared to the other one, and the second that she started pushing on that spot with the ultrasound, I was like, this makes sense. I am feeling really tender and sore right there. So I can feel my ovaries just blowing up. They're probably huge now with all the follicles that they've got that are maturing. So that was pretty cool though, that she was able to find it. The things that I'm learning about my body that I've just never known at like 35 years old are crazy. Really interesting, but yeah, I just keep finding out more and more. So my left ovary is sitting up very, very high and it's close to the surface. And that was good. She did see several follicles. I didn't remember this part. Chris said she mentioned 5 that she could see, which is pretty good. Hopefully there are some more behind there that she couldn't see, bringing up the total. So the plan right now, they're still not quite fully developed. She said they're sitting at about 16 millimeters on average. And they want to see them more at around 20 millimeters. I guess that's the mature size. So we're gonna keep going. We were supposed to do egg retrieval the day after tomorrow, which is Monday. But it looks like we will be doing meds a little bit longer than that. I think we're going back for another appointment on Monday, and then they're pretty confident that we'll do egg retrieval on Wednesday. So that's kind of the game plan right now. And we extended our stay on our Airbnb. Luckily, the people who own this place are super nice. And I think that's pretty much everything that has happened. We were hoping it would be more of a relaxing time. I am glad that I'm not having to work during this. But it's definitely not vacation, just because I feel so crappy off and on. So I will check back in with you guys when I know more in a couple of days. Hopefully egg retrieval on Wednesday. Well, I think it has to be, but yeah, I'll let you know as soon as the next thing happens.